Hey, what's going on, everybody? Charlie with 18 State Outdoors. Today I have a little bit of a different kind of video for y'all. I need to replace the spindle and the blade on my riding lawnmower. The wife decided last week she wanted to do some yard work, and she tried to use the riding lawnmower as if it was a tractor and a bush hog and mowed down some bushes we had in the front yard. I think she discovered quickly it's not what a lawnmower is for. So I get to be the lucky one that has to repair everything. So today I'm going to show you how to change the spindle and blade on a riding lawnmower. Stay tuned. Alright guys, for today's video, the tools that I'm going to be using: a pair of needle nose pliers, a pretty long beefy screwdriver, doesn't matter if it's flathead or not because it's just for the pulley tensioner, a 16mm and a 13mm socket. I'm gonna say go to deep socket. You might not need it, but I'm gonna say deep socket. Wrench and an impact with a 15/16 impact socket. That's all the tools that I use today, fellas, or that I'm gonna use. So alright guys, so I'm gonna try to show you as best as I can. This spindle I replaced yesterday. I thought that was the problem, but it's not. It's actually this one. Now I can't show you from this position, but it's frozen in place. I have the belt off and I cannot move that at all. With this one, it spins freely. The other one, like I said, it is frozen in place. I cannot move it. So obviously the bearings inside are messed up. That's why we're going to replace it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is lower the blade, or lower the deck as far as you can, and it's as simple as just taking this knob and bringing it down. Alright, next step you want to do, which I said I already have mine off, but this right here, you'll see the spring. There's a little lever right here. That's your tensioner. Take a screwdriver, little hole, pry it forward. It's not hard, just pry it forward, and you can see the slack that you get in the belt, and just pop it off the pulley and you're good to go. Alright, so if I didn't say it, my lawnmower, just in case they're a little different, is an Exmark Quest 42-inch blade, and I think it's, I don't know, 20 horsepower, 22, 24 horsepower, something like that. Yeah, 21.5 horsepower. I've already had to replace the motor in this thing once. When we got it from my father-in-law, he took it to a shop and they didn't put oil back in it, so after I used it twice, motor blew up. It froze, so I had to replace the motor. So these little spindles, they're a breeze. Y'all can do this in about 10-15 minutes. I'm not lying to you. It's literally that easy. Don't waste your money and take it to somebody. Y'all do this yourself. So anyway, the next step, once you get the belt off, is we're actually going to take off that nut. Nope, I'm sorry. You can take that nut off first if you want. However, I'm going to show you all the correct way, or the easiest way really. We're going to take the deck completely off of the motor. You can get to that nut without taking the deck off, but it's kind of difficult. So I'm just going to take it off so you can see that. Alright, we're underneath the front of the mower looking at the deck. Ahead of you, you will see a little cotter pin. Take it out. Push the little bar. Keep your washer. Now the front of your deck is done. Now you just got to unhook it from the back. Watch. Alright, so now I'm on the driver's side looking underneath. So if you look right here, and same with here, the only thing that holds this deck on now are these little hooks. They're kind of curved like that, and they hook over this bar. But right here on both sides, there's two little hooks. All you gotta do is pick it up, pull it away from it, and it'll drop. Watch. That side's off. Let's go to the other side. Alright, now we're on the driver's side. Pick it up. course, this one wants to be a little bit more difficult. All right, let's try that from the back. All right. So, the deck is off. So now, just pull this out a little bit. And now we can get to that pulley. There you go. Now we gotta take that off. And life is a lot easier if you have an impact wrench. You can get away without using one, but it's a lot easier with an impact wrench. Alright, your next step is with an impact. Like I said, it makes life a lot easier. Cover your ears if you got headphones in. Take them out. Alright, so now the pulley should be able to come off. Ta-da! Now we just got 4 bolts that we got to do, and the spindle should be able to come out from the deck. So like I said, we're going to take these 4 off, and then the spindle will be coming off, no problem. Alright, that's the bolts out. Drop it down, lift the deck up, and out she comes. Spindle and blade. Alright, so now we're just going to take the blade off. Might be easier to do this when it's still on the track, on the lawnmower, but I chose to do it now. It's a simple lefty loosey, righty tighty. Now the blade is okay. I did check that out. The blade's actually fine, so we're going to use it, and let's put the new stuff back together. Alright, I got the new spindle. As you can see, here's that black piece that was popped off on the other one. So it still should have been on there. But we're going to just put the blade on right now, and then put the spindle on the lawnmower. So again, it's just as easy as screwing it together. It's not difficult. I mean, it's difficult when I'm trying to show y'all, but it's not hard. We're not going to make it super tight right now. We're just going to kind of put it on there. Alright, that's good enough. That's finger tight. So now we're going to put the spindle under the deck and bolt it back together. Alright, so I just fed it underneath the deck. And the easiest way I found to do it, you grab the threads with your fingers and you can line up the holes. You gotta try to fumble with it that way. And just get, 1 or 2. Just not super tight in there, just enough to hold it in place. And then just like with a tire, do the opposite side next. Don't ask me for torque specs. I don't know, nor do I care. Alright. So now, we're going to put the pulley back on. Now if you notice, it doesn't line up. It's an easy fix. Just got to come under and push the blade up a little bit. Of course, the camera's in the way. Alright, I just had to move the camera, guys. So just come under the deck, and you're going to lift the blade up with your hand. There you go. There you go. Now, again, this might be a good time to try to tighten the blade again. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tighten this with the impact, and then when everything's connected and hooked up, that's when I'm going to tighten the blade back. Alright, cover your ears. That shouldn't be loose. Alright, and the blade can freely spin. So now, like I told you, those hooks, we're going to rehook everything back up. Alright, so the hardest part about this job, in my opinion, is putting the deck back on and lining everything up. So those little hooks that I was telling you about, they got to be between this bar and this little guide plate. So kind of right in the middle. This little flat wall has to be on the outside of this bar and on the inside of the frame, so when you lift your deck up, it doesn't hit the frame. It'll slide all the way like it should. That's the hardest part. Alright, so we're going to try to do the driver's side first and then move our way to the passenger side. I'm going to do this in real time so you see. Or I might fast forward it, but I'm not going to edit this part. I'm just going to probably fast forward it from this side and the other side. So you don't want to see that, just kind of skip forward. But I'm going to do it for real for y'all. Alright, on to the next. There you go. It's not that bad, guys. And now we'll just put this pin back in and call it a day. Yeah, that's it for that. Now would be a good time to go ahead and tighten the blade. So all we're going to do, I'm going to lift up the lever to raise the deck, and I'm going to tighten the blade down. Alright, after you got the blade tightened, and look, I didn't film that because, I mean, come on guys, it's just one nut underneath, just tighten it. But if you look on your lawnmower, more than likely on the deck, you're going to see the belt diagram. That's what we're going to do next. We're going to put the belt back all together, and I guess after that we'll crank it up and see how it is. So again, it's just reverse of what you did before. If you take your belt and trying to line it up with what you can, it'll make life a lot easier. Before you loosen the tensioner. Alright, so now just take a screwdriver, loosen that tensioner, and then just slide the belt onto the pulleys. Slowly let that go because it is spring load and it will snap back. And if all went well, which I can see it didn't, there we go. Alright, if all went well, that pulley should be free to spin now, and I shouldn't have any more issues with this lawnmower. Let's take a peek. Alright, just to give you an idea of what was going on, when I would engage the PTO to make the blade spin, everything would freeze, and you could hear like something was getting stuck. Hoping that was the belt. If not, it's the clutch, and I'm not fooling with that. I've already taken this motor apart once and had to rebuild it and replace it. I'm not doing it again. So we're going to see if the blade engages. If it does, we fix the problem. There you go, guys. That's how you replace a pulley. It's easy, do it yourself, save some money. I'll catch y'all next time. I gotta go put it away now.